What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Retro Bowl No QB, where at the current moment we are undefeated. I said I'm pretty sure this is this one. I'll make sure. Yes, it is. It's the one with the lower difficulty because we couldn't win a game if I didn't. But I said if I don't lose at least, what did I say, 7 games, 8 games, then I would up the difficulty, which I guess is probably going to happen anyways. But we'll see whenever the bye week is. If I haven't lost by then, I'll up the difficulty. Because I can't be having me just easily win. It's a bye week, it's a late bye week, so there's plenty of games. But I say if I haven't lost at least 3 by then, which, let's see, 5 to 13, so about 7 games, right? No, more than that, I don't know, 9 games, something like that, quite a few games. But if I haven't lost at least 3, then I'll up the difficulty. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop into the game here against Houston, who is 1-3. We'll see how this goes. We do start with the football. I don't actually remember if I had the running backs set up the way I needed them to be. Well, I have the backup one in, so I'm guessing I do have it set up the way it needs to be, because otherwise it would be the actual good running back out there. But I'm guessing since he's not out there, this is the way it should be. I'm gonna hope that I future-proofed it, because that'd be the smart thing to do. And I like to think I'm smart. But that doesn't mean I am. I just like to think I am. No, but I'm pretty sure I did have it set up for this game, and not that I forgot to do it at the end. It's just the way I normally do it. I change it at the end. But I'm done rambling. Okay, let's focus on the game. We are moving, and if I remember their star ratings, it was their offense that's worse. So I was actually expecting more resistance from the defense, but there is almost none. Okay, there's a little bit right there. That was the first bit I've seen all game, and it was easily beaten. Okay, I didn't even change anything. I mean, that play would have been super easy if the tight end was on a route. Oops, I clicked way early. Should still go in. Clicked early on both of them, but didn't affect the end result. And let's see, yeah, offense is terrible. According to that one play, they got 1 first down, 1 or 2, and then turned it over. So if they're going to keep up that offensive wise, then this is going to be a blowout. Which none of the games in the past have really been blowouts that I remember. So maybe after this game alone, I might just up the difficulty, just because, I don't know. A blowout shouldn't happen, but I mean, it happens IRL all the time. Take the, what was it, 63-3 or something like that? The Raider game? Or was it they scored 3 points and then scored 63 the next game? I don't know. Something like that. But there were plenty of blowouts. The 70-point Dolphin game, I mean, theoretically that's something you should never see in the NFL, but I don't think any team in the history of football had scored 70 points since the start of the Super Bowl era. 2023 Dolphins were the first to ever do it, I'm pretty sure. Or at least one of the first few. I know there's probably less than 5 teams to ever do it. At most. But I'm pretty sure they were the first. But who cares? There's a lot of things that are very weird about the NFL nowadays. Especially when all the theories of recent scripting have come out, and then tons of people that have worked with the NFL are almost 100% accurate on who's making the Super Bowl and who's winning. Because if you write a script for a game full of players that all want one thing, I mean, they're not actors. Let's put it plain and simple. We've seen Tom Brady in ads. He's not an actor. So things can go wrong if you write a script for a game that is played by athletes and not actors. So, I mean, if you made it this far, comment down below if you think the NFL is scripted or not. I don't really know at this point. I mean, I've seen plenty of plays that look like they could have been scripted, and a ton that look like that couldn't have been scripted. So, I don't know. Like that DeAndre Hopkins catch over like 10 people, that's like one of them moments where it looks like he was scripted to drop the football, and he looked at the script and said, I'd rather catch it. You know, like, my reputation is being a top receiver. I'm not just going to purposely not catch a football. So that's one of those moments where it's like, well, was it scripted? Because that's pretty hard to script. Someone catching a football over the entire defense, pretty much. I mean, if you write that down in a script, yeah, it sounds nice, but execution-wise, like, who out of every player do you think could have done that? I think DeAndre Hopkins and Calvin Johnson. Those are the 2 players that come to mind when I think of catching over an entire defense. Or Randy Moss. But only one of those is in the league. The other 2 are Hall of Famers. Retired Hall of Famers. You know, because there's plenty of people that are playing now that pretty much guaranteed a Hall of Fame spot, like Matthew Stafford. I'm pretty sure he's going to get one. It'll take him a minute. He's not one of those players where it's like, oh, he came in and was winning every game, kind of like Tom Brady was. Which Tom Brady didn't win every game, don't get me wrong, but like, it felt like that. If you watched any of his earlier games, it felt like the dude couldn't lose. And it felt insane because he was the very last round of the draft. I mean, you got a similar story in Brock Purdy, which I think is the reason a lot of people hate Brock Purdy, because they don't want to see another Tom Brady. Someone who just hit the jackpot, has a good team, and plenty of good players to throw to. It's just someone who is drafted into a good team. Which, don't get me wrong, Patrick Mahomes had the same thing, but he was a first-round pick. But I'm almost positive that if Patrick Mahomes was put onto the same Patriots team that Tom Brady was, I can almost guarantee he'd look like a completely different player. But he'd still have similar stats. And, I mean, Brock Purdy, you've seen him play several different ways. It seemed like early on in the year, it was kind of like rely on CMC, Christian McCaffrey, and have him carry the load. But in the playoffs, I mean, CMC, he continued to carry the team, but Brock Purdy played a very big role. Much bigger than what he did during the regular season. And, man, Cam Newton. I don't know who gave this dude any kind of floor to give any quarterback criticism. He's like, I don't know. Like, yeah, he was a good quarterback, don't get me wrong. He was good when he played. But he's not Tom Brady. Tom Brady's word carries a lot more weight than Cam Newton's, which I still don't agree with what Tom Brady said about the league. As if you look at the player stats, I'm not going to point them out. But, I mean, I'm going to check for blowouts here. Because if I've had another one, I did. You know, I'm not even going to wait. 2 blowouts. I'm up in the difficulty. Alright, so next game will be even harder. We'll go ahead and bench you. Now, Lamb should be able to come right back in. And I'll put him on kick returns now. Yeah, but Brock Purdy is a very talented person. Unlike what Tom Brady wants to make everyone think, that talent is not something that's in the league anymore, but that's a whole different video. I've been talking about it this whole one, but anyways, if you made it this far, I'm going to go ahead and end and stop my rant. So if you made it this far, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell so you know when and what I upload. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.